IBBH, how do you deal with a friend who trash talked the whole group, then wants to be our friend again without apologizing properly? Because they have no friends without us. It depends, right? What did they do is important. What do you mean by apologizing properly, right? And what do you think in terms of, like, how does the friend group feel about forgiving the person? Because all of these factors kind of weigh into it. In other words, did the okay, think about it in terms of stuff. I'll give you a great example, right? Let's analyze the friendship in very cut and dry ways, right? I'll give you a real example. I had an IRL friend once, who had a girlfriend. And we were over at a mutual friend's house, and when we left, something had gone missing. And it turns out that this guy's girlfriend had stolen something from the dude's house, and he was really upset about it. And he said, listen, I just want the thing returned. Can you tell her to bring it back? All right? And it gets even crazier, chat. Because literally, the girlfriend showed it to her boyfriend, who was the mutual friend, so he knew that she had stolen it, right? So anyway, so she returned it, claimed she didn't steal it, claimed she thought it was hers. It was a really weird situation. And then, but here's the thing, right? Without going into too much detail, let's just say our scenario is like this, right? Let's say you're the person who's been stolen from. You might be in a situation where you go, I don't think I can trust having your girlfriend over at my house anymore. I totally am willing to hang out with you guys, but I'm drawing a boundary of anytime your girlfriend is going to be involved in anything, that's a non-starter for me. You feel me? So that might become the boundary that you draw within the friendship. Is there something that happened that requires boundaries? Or is it something where it's like, the boundary is, I don't want to be around this person at all? You feel me? Because if it's something that requires boundaries, or something that you don't want to, because remember, boundaries are a way to maintain successful relationships, okay? In communication. Boundaries in communication. So, is there a boundary that needs to be established of, listen, I was stolen from, I was wronged, I'm willing to forgive the person. I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. But I, personally, do not let people in my house after they have stolen from me. And you stole from me, or your girlfriend did, etc. Therefore, I don't know if you knew about it, whatever, but I don't let people in my house again once they steal. You feel me? That is essentially, right, what you're doing there. So, now, if you're the type of, you might be the type of person that says, hey, I just cut people out of my life once they steal from me. You might be that type of person, right? That might be a boundary that you're just like, no, I'm just not going to be friends with someone who steals from me, and I still like you as a friend, but your girlfriend stole, so therefore I just won't be around her, right? Like, still want to be your friend, but not going to be around so-and-so. You feel me, chat? It's completely fair. Anyway. So, you have to set up your boundaries. So, what I would say, if you're ever looking for a genuine apology, right? Like, if you're ever looking for someone to apologize to you, I'm not saying apologizing isn't good and that receiving an apology isn't good. But I'm going to be honest, chat. In my personal opinion, I don't think you should ever be looking for an apology. Forgiveness is as much a thing for you as it is for them. Holding on to bitterness and grudges against people who have wronged you is like it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. So I try to avoid doing that and recognize the areas where I am doing that. So a lot of times, remember, forgiving someone isn't saying, hey, you're forgiven, but I'm also going to, like, go back to the old way things were going. So he can go, hey, listen, I forgive you for stealing from me. But guess what? I'm still not going to invite her over. Well, she said sorry. You said you forgave her. Like, come on. Let her go. No. I do forgive her. I'm not holding the grudge anymore. I have freed myself from any sort of burden. She's forgiven. But I also have this boundary. You feel me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Forgiveness is not about saying, all right, come on back in and you can do all the stuff you did again. You feel me? It's not saying you're not allowed to have boundaries. You follow me? So with your friend, for example, depending on the specifics, so you don't have to go into detail, this mutual friend, if they wish to come back into the group, it could very possibly be a situation of, okay, we're willing to forgive you and let you come back into the group. Right? However, we're establishing a boundary. Here is the violation you did within the friend group. Going forward, we're just letting you know a boundary within the friend group is we do not allow this thing. You feel me? I would say forgive but not forget. I would say it's more like let me explain, chat, right? Because the way I sort of came across this was in areas in my own life where years after the fact, I would reevaluate something and I'd get that feeling in your chest where you're like, "Urgh," and you'd feel that hurt from so long ago, like, come back and rear its head. And you'd be like, holy crap. Like, I feel such a strong emotion just remembering this thing. And I remember in one particular situation, I was like, why am I, like, I'm just feeling miserable every time I think about this. I remember saying, you know what? This person wronged me. I was wronged. But I forgive them. I'm literally done with it. I'm not going to hold on to this anymore. Whenever I think about this situation, I have forgiven this person for what they did to me. It's done. It's over. I forgive them. And I can tell you, chat, the immediate, like, weight that lifted off my shoulders, I was like, oh my gosh. And that's the thing. Forgiveness is as much for you as it is for others. It literally is like, it frees you from a burden you don't even realize you're carrying. And so many people, they view it as, I'm not going to forgive this person because I don't want to, I want to be angry with them, or I don't want them to be forgiven from this, or something. You feel me? But I'm telling you, chat, it literally it's poison that you are ingesting. And you're expecting it to hurt the other person, but it's not going to hurt the other person. The other person can't feel your feelings. You're the one who's feeling them. Right? And it's such I'm telling you, it's only when you have that freeing experience that you're able to go like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I was carrying around that burden. It's only when you're in that situation. I'm being dead serious, chat. So my advice to you is don't hold grudges. It's not helpful to you at all. it does not bring any joy to you. It only brings misery to you and sorrow and pain. And I'm not even saying I'm perfect at this, because there are times, chat, where I will go back and go, like, I'll recognize that I'm holding a grudge somewhere, and I'll have to go through this exercise every so often, because you don't even realize it until you reflect on it. You feel me? Anyway, food for thought. So, I would encourage you, again, don't assume that just because you forgive the friend, meaning you have to allow them back into the friend group, or that you can't establish proper boundaries. Food for thought.